What's up, guys? Dirty Diamonds here. I just wanted to do a quick profile on a Agubond deck I've been messing around with. Deck's pretty good. I don't know about tier 1, but 1.5 for sure. Very strong deck, can win against most other decks also. Probably every deck in the right circumstance, for sure. Let's start off with these babies. 4 Koromon. Koromon is draw card, draw card with Greymon. Good. You want to see all the cards, and you want to see more cards in your deck. You want to see option cards. You want to see Greymons. This deck doesn't draw too much, so this is probably the best baby. And then you also play the Digimon. Gives you 1,000 when you swing into a player. Helps your Greymon survive. Sometimes even your Agumons. But it is good and situational. I can see other people playing 4 and then 1 because I used to do that, but the more I play, the more I was not seeing enough cards in my hand for outs or Agubond or tamers, like the ones we play in here. So if you want, I would try 4 and 1, but or however you want to do, however mix and match. But these are the babies you want to play for sure. And then we'll go to the main point of the deck. You have your tie warp, basically. Use this guy to gain memory, draw more cards when you bring an Agumon or a Greymon up. Or same thing with Gabus and Garurus. Yeah, you have to see this card most of the time to win. Most of the time. You can just rush Greymon, rush Agumon, rush them down, but it's probably like the easiest way to win the game. Very good. 100% 4-off. And then here's Marcus Damon. He is a Greymon, gain memory. He can extend your plays a bit. He is a memory tamer, which is good. So, probably a more solid. You can't really use tie, and the other tie, the 4-cost tie, and this Marcus are probably the best red tamers. So, yeah. And then you go to the big baddie himself. Here, Agubond. He is good. He swings, he kills something if you have a tamer, which you always will because you warped in this deck. And anything under 13k, you pop it, and then you trash security. Trash and security is amazing in Digimon. It is the safest way to get through your opponent's security. And that's why I really enjoy this deck too, because you can swing, and sometimes it doesn't matter. He's big, he'll get over most swings, and he'll clear things in the way. He has a problem with Craniumon. Craniumon says no to this guy. So I'll talk about some options to deal with Craniumon, but for now, that's the only card that really gives this card a struggle. When you warp, you will trash 2 security with this tie when you go into an Agubond. So you just need to make sure you do it at the right point in time. Try not to do it too early unless you're going to put yourself way ahead, and it doesn't matter. And then if they're ever at 1 security and you can bring this guy out, you do it, you swing, trash, go for again. Yeah. Some healers. Some yellow healers. Magnadramon. Hard play, heal 2. You play a lot of option cards in this deck, and so, played a good amount of tamers. So healing 2, stalling the game for a little bit longer is good. It's good. I've seen even some Agubond players play this card. It's kind of hard to tell when it's a good time to play this because it depends on the board state. Because you don't want to always give your opponent so much memory because they'll just wreck you sometimes, You can push them into the games. You have to be very careful. But it's good. The best Greymon, probably the best card in this deck, I think, is, well, I guess tie is also really good. But this Greymon, best Digimon in this deck. If you have an Agumon, you get security type +1. Level 4, swinging for security type +1, and living is insane. Like, him living is crazy. And you do play some boosters. You play a Demi-Mare, you play some Agumons to give you a boost. But him living is so good. If you swing and he lives through 2 checks, and then your opponent doesn't deal with him, he'll probably swing and maybe live for another 2 checks, and you just lost almost the whole game to just a level 4. Like, I spent 2 memory to almost win the game. It's 100% worth all the time. Really good card. Must play at 4. Also very good. Security Greymon. Comes on security, on play. Pop anything with 4 careless. It's a good card to hard play. It's a good card to come out security. Gets bodies, clears bodies. Overall, just very good. This guy wins games. Just straight up. Agumon for game. Tamers are busted. There's barely any way to deal with them other than how many ones or defeat. So, some situations you see your opponent is playing red, blue, green, I guess, since they have hybrids. And you'll see the Tamer. You have no security. And you just know. You're just going to Digivolve over it, win the game. Yeah. I don't know. I hope we get more Tamer hate in the future because it's kind of dumb sometimes when there's nothing your opponent can do about it. But gotta abuse it when you can. Tech card. Mechanoramon. This is a very good card. Blocks forever. Literally blocks forever. Block anything and it kills and it lives. You get to unsuspend it. So you can just block all the rookies. Some level 4s too. I think you play very little defensive options. I play defensive options. You don't play very defensive Digimon in this deck. You can play blockers, but there's not too much room for them. So I wanted to try this out. It's been okay so far. I'm enjoying it. He's a cool card. I know a lot of people have seen it, so we'll see. Maybe test him out. It's just one, so it's not too crazy. Agumon leg up. Boost to 2K for Greymons. Boost to 2K for Greymons. It just makes your Greymons live through some of their swings. Mainly the security +1, because that is a big threat. This one, the promo one, gives it a base 2K, and this one only gives it 2K when swinging to a security or a player. So this one's better, but you want to always see them with that Greymon. So you want to play 8. I mean, I enjoy 8. I still see some people going down, but I can't see myself doing it. It's really hard. But yeah. This is the one is becoming my least favorite Agumon. This one gives your Agubond +1 security. It's good because it makes your Agumon just so much, of course, better. Swinging for more damage, basically clearing 3 security with just 1 swing. But that won't win you the game. Let's see if I can explain this better. Let's say you have just this Agumon coming up, and your opponent put your 3 memory because you have a Tamer, you have some whatever it is, some way to just be at 3, or maybe you have the tie, you gain memory, you're at 2, and then you warp into the Agubond. You swing, you kill something you trash, you hit 2 security, they're at 0. You also lost 2 security because of the tie, because you had to warp, and then it's most likely going to die next turn unless you, somehow have 0, unless you have 0 security. But, yeah, it won't win you the game by himself. It'll help you get to that point, but then you're warping early, and that can be very risky. So, he is good, but he is flexible, I think. I think you can probably play less of him. And you just have to pick and choose when you Digivolve over him or into him. This one searches Tamers. Top 5 look at Tamers. You have to see tie a lot of times to win the game. But the only thing when you're looking at top 5, you're putting putting 4 back to the bottom. Those cards could be your option cards. That can be your Agubonds. So you have to be careful when you play this. You can't just, make sure you know your numbers. What have you seen in your deck? If you've already searched what you put to the bottom. Because you can really just, ruin your game just yourself by putting too many good cards to the bottom. So early game is very good. Late game, questionable. It depends on the situation. But in this deck, you want to play a good amount of them. Just so you see them. 2-drop Agu. Vanilla. Sucks to Digivolve him because he does cost 1. And, but it's good to mix up. Your opponent won't always leave you at 3. And then your Agumon Expert. Agumon Expert can get Agubond back from the trash. So if you really need to see it back in hand, or who knows, you just need to see another Agumon to raise for next turn. It's a good one of maybe 2. It's just not good in too many. You don't want to see too many in your hand. But you do want to see at least 1, maybe later into the game. Late game, this card's amazing. Early game, not so good. Yeah, security option cards are, good. This is how you beat a lot of the decks, to have option cards activate in security. You play Gaia Force, kills anything 8 cost. Play Atomic Blaster. You can kill anything up to 8k. What can I say about these? Very good cards, all of them. This one is so good. This card's so good. I can't believe it got in a structure deck. And it came with 4 of them. But yeah, these are your main ones. There's other ones people play, but most likely it's gonna be like 4/4, maybe like a couple others, maybe less. These cards are good, but I've been starting to realize that I've been seeing more Craniumons, maybe at just my locals with security control, and some other people playing black more often. And this deck struggles very hard against that. So there isn't too many ways to deal with it with these cards or anything you have in your deck, because they'll make sure Craniomon's very big and you can't do anything about it. And then you just gotta try to swing with little guys and try not to burn yourself out, or figure it out. Figure out some other way. But you can also play more yellow cards. Wyvern's Breath is a thing. There's a 2-drop Falcomon, I believe it is, that I've tried in this deck. It's okay. So you can play more yellow cards. But if you're seeing a lot of black Craniumon and stuff like that, I would try some yellow cards. But for everything else, these are your cards. So I just wanted to make it quick. I didn't want to rant too much. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And I want to do more red profiles in the future. I really like it. I have a Jesmon build, but I can't figure out how to make that deck very consistent. And I don't think anyone can. It's just probably just inconsistent deck. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. I like to do some other ones too. Like, I'm really big on Greymon Tribal, and I would love to make an Agubond Tribal deck, like a Greymon Tribal with some Agubond stuff. Probably when EX1 comes out, but we'll see in the future. All right, thanks guys. Bye.